What's good, people? Welcome to my Unity 3D tutorial using C Sharp. Today we're going to talk about Time.timeScale. And as before, as always, I don't want to hold you guys too long because I know you guys come here for code snippets or whatever you come for, not to necessarily hear me, albeit my voice is very sexy. I want to give you guys what you guys need and, get you on your way. All right, so this is the code. I did leave it up. So this is the code that we're going to be working with. And to show you what it does, let's move that out the way. We have two cubes, one for ground and one for player. We're going to press play, and player moves left and right. See that? And when I press a certain key, we get a pop-up that says time has stopped. And when I try to move the player, he no longer moves because the time scale has been set to 0, which imitates stopping time. If I press that button again, time resumes and we can move again. It's freaking awesome, right? I know. Alright, so let's stop that, bring the code back over. And as before, I do recommend you guys writing this out by hand if you can. Copying and pasting is just a no-no. It's a no-no. But if you must do it for time reasons or, whatever, do what you gotta do. But I just recommend you type it by hand for memory reasons and to kind of make it your own and to not rely on someone else's code so much to the point to where you're not really learning anything. Alright, but it will be posted on my site for those who need it. So yeah, so let's get into it. So we have two variables set, one for speed and one for pop-up, which is a GUI text. Alright, so at the start function, we're going to actually set the pop-up to false. That way we cannot see it and we can call it when we need to. Alright, in the update function, we have a couple if statements. So this is for left and right movement. And I try my best to comment my code. It's not a very big habit of mine that I'm trying to break. But yeah, so in the update statement, we have if input.getKey is keycode.a. So if the key code that you're hitting is the A on the keyboard, then it's going to bust out this line of code. Now, input.getKey holds true as long as you're holding down that key code. So as long as we're holding down A, we're going to be able to implement this piece of code, which is transform, which is the object this script is attached to, and it's going to translate that transform vector3.left times speed times time dot smooth delta time. Before I move forward, I will say, and many of YouTubers who do tutorials for Unity say the same thing, but it's very, very wise to compare any code that you are learning with the Unity scripting reference so you can actually get an idea of what's going on, if you don't already know. Alright, back to the code. Okay, so it's going to translate our object or character or whatever the case left. Same thing goes for the second line of code, which is for get key code D. So if you play PC games, you should already know that ASDW is the movement buttons if you're not using the arrows or the mouse for PC gaming. So this should be like a no-brainer. Okay, and the meat of the matter, which is this piece of code here, is what stops time. Very simple, couple lines of code, and you'll be able to stop time in your games, and it works for anything you want to do. There's other ways to implement stopping time or slowing down time, which I will do in later videos, but this one is just for giving an idea how to stop time. Okay, so this one is actually using input.getKeyDown, and that holds true when the button is pressed once. So get key down, you hit it once, and it's true. There's no holding or double tapping or triple tapping, none of that stuff. It's just a one tap, and this code is executed. And the code is checking to see where the time scale is as you're pressing down. So, like I said before in the beginning, the time scale is set between 0 and 1. So anything between 0 and 1, it manipulates the time. All right. So if it's set to 1, that means that you're in full-blown resume, no, no slowing down, regular time. So it's going to check to see if you're in that time scale, and if you are, which most likely you will be, then we're going to enable the pop-up to set to true, showing that the time has stopped, and then we're going to actually stop time by setting the time.timescale to 0. You with me? Alrighty then. Alright, now we have an else-if statement to uh, initially set when you're pressing the Q again to hit this bucket code. I hope that made sense. Anyways, if it didn't, else if time.timescale is equal to 0. Now remember, this operand here is basically comparing what's on this side to what's on this side. So it's basically saying if the time.timescale is equal to 0, which makes it saying if it's 0, which means it's asking or it's checking to see if the time has stopped. And if it has stopped, then we're going to go ahead and enable it back again by setting it back to 1 and disabling the pop-up. So it gets rid of the pop-up, letting us know that time has resumed and we can move again. And that, people, was basically how you stop time. Very simple, very easy to implement, but very powerful if used in the right game setting, or if you want to pause the game. And it's very much used mainly for that a lot. If you're looking to pause your game, you would use this code to pause everything on the game and to implement some kind of button or GUI to to quit or to go back to the home or to restart, something to that nature. So if you find this code helpful, go ahead and like the video. Please subscribe for more. If you want the code downloaded, it will be on my website for download. And yeah, that's it, people. And I will have a couple more videos uploaded today to do a little bit more and to kind of progress more into the tutorial series. All right, folks. Peace.